Ladies and gentlemen, we've had our Cybertruck for 2 months and 5,000 miles.
And since 2014, over the last 10 years, we've owned dozens of brand new pickup trucks for extended periods of time. So in this video, I want to figure out, is this the best or the worst pickup truck we have ever purchased?
We're going to discuss our likes and dislikes, but first a little bit of background about this vehicle because we almost didn't buy it more than once.
Indeed. Well, we ended up buying it in late April 2024.
Right.
But it was like 4.5 years leading up to that. And when we were going into Denver, that's where we bought it, we heard horror stories. Many other reviewers already purchased Cybertrucks, already had them on the internet, right? So first of all, we buy vehicles with one main purpose, right? It's a longer term review for us, and we want to see how it is to live with on a daily basis, right?
The reality is that our viewers want to see all that, and if you guys weren't interested in that, we would know it by, the lack of views. And whenever that drops, by the way, usually we get rid of those vehicles.
Yeah, and views are what we live by, right?
Right.
We want you guys to be interested in what we're doing. So finally, after hearing all the horror stories of things breaking on Cybertrucks, we actually purchased it. So, and we immediately, almost the next day, took it on the Gauntlet World's Toughest Towing Test. It was Case and I, and we compared it against 2 other trucks. But should we roll that video now?
Yeah.
And let's see how much energy we're gonna gain on the way down. And we can also tell you how it compares against the Rivian, the F-150 Lightning, and of course the Silverado EV.
So we're picking up a good amount.
So the cruise control I set at 60, and it's actually sensing vehicles in front of me, and it is adaptive.
So 5% of 122.4, that would be about 6 kilowatt hours of battery.
Okay, so at least on our first test, we did not pick up quite as much energy as the other trucks. And hit it now. Woo!
Heard the hitch.
I just feel the acceleration.
Toss back a little bit.
Now.
Oh, 60, yeah. Wow. 5.73 seconds.
And stopping timer now.
So 7:49. And again, that is close enough to the other trucks' times that really traffic is more of a factor than how the truck was performing. So another perfect time. We used 20.8, so about 21, which puts it right in the range of the other EV trucks we've tested. So about a kilowatt hour more than the Rivian, but as much as 2 or 3 better than the Silverado EV and the F-150 Lightning.
I spend just as much time at my desk editing videos as I do reviewing cars, and that's where today's sponsor comes in handy, Raycon Everyday Earbuds. Raycon Everyday Earbuds have a couple great features, starting with the ergonomic design that are super comfortable, meaning I can wear them all day long. They also come with a capsule charging case. I can juice these guys up quickly. 10 minutes of charging yields 90 minutes of battery life, and a full charge will last 32 hours. They also have multi-part connectivity, so I can pair 2 devices at once. I can have my phone hooked up and my computer so I never miss a phone call. They're also weather and sweat resistant, so I can wear these guys when I'm working out. These Raycons deliver high quality audio and features at half the price of other more expensive earbuds. Head over to buyraycon.com/fastlane for 15% off your order plus free shipping, or be sure to click on the link in the description below.
Nathan, this has a very cool power sliding tonneau cover.
Yes.
Except watch this.
Yeah. Oh, it went the other way, which is obscuring the rear view, by the way.
So over the last couple of weeks, this tonneau cover has gotten worse and worse and worse.
Right.
First it almost closed and almost opened. Then it wouldn't move. Then it got stuck in this position. And then it got stuck in this position here too.
With a big gap on one side.
So that's primarily one of the major things that went wrong with this truck is this powered tonneau cover. And I actually filed a service ticket. It's 3 weeks out. So my appointment is 3 weeks from now, right? So it is what it is.
Could you imagine if it was stuck closed and then the tailgate didn't open and somebody was in there for some reason? I'm just saying.
Well, yeah. Well, I can open it like this.
Yeah,
but it's also electrically actuated.
Is there a way to manually open it?
I think so. I think there's something here.
Ah.
Yes. Yes.
If you're inside, that's great.
So yeah. So if you're stuck inside, you can do it.
Unless it's someone who doesn't have intelligence to do it. Observe one of the many little issues that we have, and that is fingerprints. Why? Because there's no grab handles here, and I do this in order to get out. All right?
Really, don't cut yourself, dude.
I know, seriously, this is actually kind of sharp, so you can really feel it. But also have a look-see, and those are fresh fingerprints right over there. Oh, and you know where else they're fresh?
Where?
On the doors, on the panels.
On the black
here,
piano black here.
black.
If you were OCD, Nathan, this could be a big issue.
Fortunately, we don't know anybody who's OCD. Who
No,
we work
not at
with.
all. But also, we need to wash this.
Yes.
And let's actually wash it and see how clean we can get it.
Fair enough.
Testing pickup trucks in the real world is what we do.
That's our modus operandi.
Yeah. And we've been running the Gauntlet over I-70 in the Colorado Rocky Mountains for almost 12 years now.
Yep.
And yeah, I gotta say, the Cybertruck was comfy while towing. But it has some downsides too.
Oh, it's got plenty of downsides. I agree, the ride is probably my favorite part of this thing, and it really is an excellent ride. They did the air suspension quite well, even though Roman disagrees with me because he disagrees on everything. But the deal is that if you compare it to a conventional internal combustion pickup truck in terms of its ability with the Ike or anything else, frankly, it does come up short.
Yeah, so on the way down, the regen on the Cybertruck was not the best we've ever seen. And I think we'll do another Gauntlet coming up soon where, you know, we can retest the latest software and the latest settings, and we'll do everything correctly, I promise.
Yep.
But on the way up, it was actually quite good. It used almost as much energy as the Rivian. So actually, as far as energy usage on that extreme test, it was okay.
Yeah, and it was towing quite a load. So, you know, the reality is that there's many trucks that we test at TFL for a long period of time. Now, normally automakers will give us a truck for 1 to 2 weeks. Really, that's the average, right? But when we buy them, that way we can provide for you guys 6 months, 8 months, 18 months, 2 years even in some cases of actual testing where we bring you updates on the vehicle. Now, what have we had, Andre? We've had, just recently, we currently have the Ford Ranger Raptor.
Yes.
Which we've done a lot of testing with, and it's slowly coming out. We've done, we recently had, we got our big Ram.
A Ram Cummins we've had for over 2 years.
Yeah.
Back in 2014.
That is a proper studio truck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we've used it for almost 30,000 miles. We've had, in 2014, we had the original Raptor, the first gen.
Yep.
We had the second gen Raptor. We had the third gen Raptor R. We had the Ram TRX. We had a Jeep Gladiator before.
Yep.
Chevy Silverado ZR2. Chevy
Rebel.
Trail Boss. Ram Rebel.
Yeah.
Should I go on? I mean, we had a base Ford Ranger.
Yeah. We had a base Ram Stubby.
Yeah. We had a base on loan, on a long-term loan from Nissan. We had the Titan.
Yep.
And the Frontier.
That's right.
Yes. So I think we've sampled almost every pickup truck currently made.
The one you forgot to mention is a big deal, and that is the Tacoma Blueberry.
Yes, we just actually sold it. We had also a Tundra.
Yep.
Yep.
So we've had a lot of vehicles that we can compare against this one. This is our first electric pickup truck, though, isn't it?
No. Remember the Hummer EV?
Oh, we did it. See, I never considered the Hummer a pickup because that bed is almost more useless than the one that's on the Santa Cruz, right? It's tiny.
Or this. What's more useless, the Santa Cruz or the Cybertruck bed?
So the Cybertruck bed is huge if you look at it from the outside, but then you realize when you look at the inside that it tapers in a weird way, and it makes it a lot more useless. It's not completely useless, but it certainly is not as useful.
All right, so before we talk about range and off-roading, let's finish up on towing range.
Sure.
Roman and I used 2 identical trailers, which were camping toy haulers, and we did a range test from here to Buc-ee's.
Okay.
Because Buc-ee's now has a store here in Colorado.
Yeah, and just as importantly, Buc-ee's also has chargers.
Exactly. And, well, let's roll that video now.
Okay.
Let's see what happened. So, Roman, there's something not so good about the Cybertruck here.
What's that, Andre?
Well, the Cybertruck is not recalculating my range based on my towing.
Hey, I see the beaver. Do you see the beaver?
It's on top of the mountain. It's got sun shining on it.
We've made it to Buc-ee's. So,
How much power do you have left? It's gotta be below 10%.
Oh boy, I'm at 6%, my friend, and I'm sweating. I was sweating a little bit, but now since I see Buc-ee's, I'm a little bit more relaxed.
all right, so let's put this into perspective, Andre.
Yeah.
If we were going to LA, which is exactly 1,000 miles, right?
Yeah.
We'd have to stop at a minimum 11 times to charge. And it's gonna take at least 40 minutes to fill it up, at least, if not more.
Yeah, so I wouldn't recommend towing something this large.
Right, so what does it say?
So trips.
So we got 6% energy left.
6% left. I went exactly 85 miles, and you did as well.
Yeah.
107 kilowatt hours energy used. So if 122, we have another 15 kilowatt hours to play with.
Do another 5-10 miles.
According to our app, right now, supercharger energy costs 35 cents per kilowatt hour.
Okay,
Okay, it's right here.
so how many kilowatt hours do we need to suck up?
We needed 107.
So multiply 35 times 107.
Okay, so let's do that. So 107 times 35 cents per kilowatt hour equals $37.45.
So basically $10 more to tow the same distance with the Cybertruck
Then a diesel.
than a diesel. But that depends, of course, on where you live and on the price of diesel. If
So
you're
it
in
could be
California,
equivalent almost.
it could be. California would be more, other places it'd be less.
Yeah, so at the end of that video I said, do not tow cross country with the Cybertruck, and I meant it. 85 miles?
Look,
85 miles.
if you're an old man like Roman, whose bladder is now the size of a walnut, it's fine. 85 miles is fine. He can just go and use the bathroom. Basically, that's an hour and a half to 2 hours of driving, depending on who's driving.
But then charging.
yes.
Charging and charging.
So you use a long, long stop at the bathroom.
Well, but it's not just that. Also, a lot of chargers don't have pull-through chargers, which means if you're towing a trailer, you gotta disconnect.
That is probably the worst part about towing with an electric vehicle,
Yeah.
is that a majority of those chargers do not allow for a pull-through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say definitely it was basically, well, the battery is only, 122.4 kilowatt hours in
Right.
it? So I would say out of all the trucks we own, including the Raptors, I would not choose this to tow cross country or long distance, period.
What about hauling?
Hauling. Now, I wasn't there, but Roman and Tommy put a bunch of furniture, new furniture that they bought in the back of this bed. And like you said, it tapers.
Yep.
So putting a square peg into a tapered space is not ideal.
No, I honestly, anything you load in there is going to be subject to that tapering inward thing, and it's partly due to the battery. Now imagine though, you can actually get one of these Cybertrucks with the bigger battery, meaning like an added battery, which
Yeah.
takes up a third of the bed,
Yes.
and then it's just like, why? You no longer are driving a pickup truck. You're essentially driving a vehicle with a very small trunk. So, but before we get to that,
Yeah.
let's talk about the way it handled with a load in it. Now, I know that Roman also used this to go to the dump. So it's the first Cybertruck that went to a dump site.
Yes.
And when he did that, he got some, eyeballs on him, but he had a pretty heavy load. And he made it sound like this thing didn't care about load.
Dude, first of all, it has a rating. This Foundation Series Cybertruck dual motor has a rating of 2,500 pounds, which is really heavy-duty truck territory,
That really is a lot.
and a very capable one at that.
Right.
Then this air suspension levels it out. It's not any harsher. So I think they did a really good job with payload and ride.
Agree and agree. And those are probably the biggest things that I like about this truck, or whatever you want to call it. So what's the next topic?
So before we go to an empty range test on Layton, how about we go to Moab with Tommy?
Okay.
Because that was very special. He actually went there twice, and the second time he went, the Redemption. Well, let's show that video now in Hell's Revenge.
Yes.
Achilles heel I'm finding so far with the Cybertruck. All right, still in extract mode. Look at those lockers work though. Those lockers are on. That is a true locking diff if I've ever seen one. Oh yes. Come on, Tesla, that's that massive weight kind of holding us back a little bit. But it didn't matter. We were able to get up that rather challenging ledge, and now we're immediately going to take it out of extract mode because this is just unusable. We're going to go back to high. I am happy to report those diff locks work. Oh yeah, this is awesome. This is so much fun. Surprisingly good. You know, it doesn't quite have the suspension control I think of some of the Fox stuff. Gotta be careful with the steering though, because you're used to giving it a lot of input, and you give it just a little bit too much input, and you forget how much steering angle you're actually giving it because it's all steer-by-wire. I don't want to roll this thing over. That'd be a tough conversation with my dad. I already scratched it, which I don't think he's too pleased about. Oh, this thing is awesome. What a great time.
Okay, so this thing impressed me quite a bit with its off-road capability. Tommy and I talked about it quite a bit, and he was impressed as well. This is far more off-road capable than you might think, especially once it gets its update. Yeah, without the update, not so much.
Yeah, after the update, can I do a one dislike?
Yes.
Can I intersperse this?
You could do more than one.
So when we bought this Foundation Series, it came with a few add-ons, right? But the locking differential feature was disabled. The full self-driving feature from Tesla was disabled. So we bought things that didn't exist.
Right.
That's a huge dislike for me. I don't care, what price range we're talking about. When you're signing on the dotted line and you're paying for something, it didn't exist.
Agreed, but it existed later.
Yeah, so, which is a positive because Tesla is quite good on updates.
Well,
right?
they really are the OGs.
Yeah, the OGs. Yeah.
I mean, they're not the first to do it, but they were the ones who really perfected it. And almost all of their vehicles benefits from...
And now everybody has to follow.
Right.
And everybody is following.
Yeah, and conventional internal combustion cars are doing it too.
Yeah, but when the Tesla does things, like enabling lockers or changing turning radius,
it makes a big difference.
Yeah, you can actually feel it on a daily basis.
Right.
And when some other manufacturers do a small update, it's usually a line of code that they fixed, and you really don't feel that.
Yep, agreed. And it's a real shame though that we paid for something and we had to wait to actually get it. That would have really ticked me off, considering how much we paid.
But after talking with Tommy and watching him at Hell's Revenge, which is a tough trail in Moab, I think, and I actually quizzed him, Roman, and maybe you agree, this might be the best electric pickup for off-roading.
I think I agree with you with one exception.
What?
The updated Hummer, which has had some updates, is supposed
the SUV specifically.
Yeah, but also a lot of those updates go to the pickup too, am I correct?
Yes.
So that a lot of the issues that we had with it have been fixed. I think that is an all-around off-road vehicle, despite its incredible weight. It has, I think, slightly more ability than this because, like, for instance, its breakover angle, it's far better. Its approach angle, far better. Departure, way better.
Yes.
So that's where it benefits, and then it's got just massive.
But you know what's not better on a Hummer? Weight.
That's what I mean. That's 9,000 plus pounds.
Yeah.
This thing is what, 2,000 pounds less?
Yeah, this curb weight of this truck is like 6,700 pounds.
Right.
So that's considerably lower.
It is, and that makes a big difference too. So I would say they're not on par because both of them have their strengths, but for electric vehicles that we've taken off-road, and I trust Tommy's opinion, this thing is definitely far better than I anticipated, and it is one of the better off-road electric pickups out there.
But if you gave me right now, in hard cold cash, $120,000, bam, I would spend it on the Raptor R.
Raptor R?
Yeah, Raptor R. Supercharged V8 with 37s for off-roading and daily driving. I would go there immediately. But out of electric trucks, this is actually getting pretty good at off-roading.
Yeah, I just can't take all of the angles and everything. Are we going to talk about our negatives yet?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so you ready? All right, fit and finish, really bad. Overall design externally, terrible. The use of this type of metal is absolutely not a great idea. The finish on the outside is horrendous, including sharp edges that have cut people, including me. Also, fingerprints, which is an issue we're going to address in just a minute.
Yes.
Also, in addition to the fact that it is extremely expensive and it's polarizing, is the fact that it is not usable as a proper pickup truck because the back of this vehicle is almost useless. I can't reach into it unless the rear is down. Even if I am able to reach into it, the way it's tapered on the inside makes it very difficult to load anything of value. I actually have more utility in a Santa Cruz or a Ford Maverick than this vehicle. And finally, with all of that out of the way, I hate the steering wheel. I hate that steering wheel. I can't stand it because it's not a yoke and it's not a steering wheel. It can decide what it wants to be. And by the way, the drive-by-wire setup in this thing, feedback does not exist. It's like playing a video game. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, well, are you done for just a second?
That's all I need.
Well, I would add to the negative, and Tommy mentioned it, lack of spare tire.
Oh my God, yes.
That's also negative on the Hummer EV too, pickup truck.
Although you can get one, but you're going to lose space.
Yes, you could get one for this and put it in the bed, but once again, you're losing space.
Exactly.
And you have to tie it down. Okay, come on. All right.
Andre, while we're turning, I do want to say that the graphics are fantastic. A lot of the stuff they have with the center IP, which is sort of an infotainment screen as well, they really got it sorted. It's pretty cool. But hey, how about those backup sensors?
Which backup sensors?
The ones that indicate that you're about to hit something or whatever.
We don't have it.
Well, you don't have it on a $100,000 truck.
No.
It's not on a $100,000.
But you know what?
Huh.
You know what I hate almost the most?
Huh.
Is excessive beeping in some of the new vehicles. They beep all the time.
Agreed.
For all the reasons.
Yep.
And so if I can have one less beeping, I'm very pleased.
Oh, that's not a good excuse.
Come on, beeping. I hate beeping.
I hate beeping too, but
Dude, off-roading beeping.
The one time,
everything beeping.
The one time that beeping can help you out is when you're actually parking. At least my wife, so she doesn't, just slaughter 19 people who are waiting for a parking space. So beeping helps her. So in our case, that's the one beeping that would be okay. And that's the one beeping this thing doesn't have.
But you know what's good?
Tell me.
Are you ready?
Yes. Okay.
How about endless power?
The power is, look, it's ridiculous, especially in a straight line. I mean, I wouldn't want to put this thing on a rally course, but in a straight line, this thing has enormous power.
Yes, so it's about 600 horsepower from dual motors, and Tesla says 4.1 seconds, 0 to 60.
I believe it.
I believe it, and I think it's real. We haven't done a lot of drag racing because everybody else has done it.
Yeah, it's at the end of the day, I think you guys are getting a little sick of that because every Cybertruck now has been drag raced. Hey, you know that massaging seats work really well. Oh wait, they don't. It doesn't have massaging seats.
But it has ventilated seats?
Yes. You know what else has ventilated seats? $25,000, $30,000 cars. Yeah, so the massaging seats that aren't on here, out of all the people on the planet who didn't put them on there, Elon Musk, come on, dude. We know you would like massaging seats. You essentially want this thing to become a robot anyway, so where are the massaging seats?
All right, now let's switch gears again. And let's, we don't have gears.
No, we don't.
Let's switch topics.
Sure.
And go back to our range test Roman and I did again, also to Buc-ee's, but now without towing anything or hauling absolutely nothing. And let's roll that video now.
Roman calling Frigidaire. Roman calling Frigidaire.
My call sign is bullseye.
So I've used 29% of my battery, and I'm still a little bit over 3 miles per kilowatt hour, which I'm really happy about.
I mean, when we had the Hummer EV, we were at like 1.4, and the Ford was at like 1.7, the Lightning, if I remember.
Yeah, dude, so it says I have 226 miles remaining potentially on 71% of charge. So, all right, well, let's get the real numbers, huh? Okay, so this is a big vehicle, so I kind of have to get as close as possible to this station. And then I have to pop this open. Then I have to get the cable around. I parked correctly, thank goodness. We pay 35 cents per kilowatt hour.
How much are we paying here?
That's what it says, 35 cents.
Okay, so multiply 35 cents
times 33.
Yeah, and that'll give you how much you pay to drive 100 miles or so.
Okay, so I used 33 kilowatt hours times 35 cents per kilowatt hour equals $11.55, which is less than what you pay. This is what surprises me about Tesla in general, is that for as big as this vehicle is, 6,700 pounds of metal and tech, it was remarkably efficient on laden.
Yes, yes, I agree.
With these giant tires too. How do they do this? How do they eke out so much kind of real-world efficiency out of a vehicle like this?
Look, we've known for a while that the actual real techs, the white coats over at Tesla, are doing a remarkable job. One of the reasons why they're doing so well as a company is because of these guys. It's not because of the leader. And I applaud them for doing that. But you know what they forgot?
What?
This thing is really American made, right? I mean, this is proper American built, right?
It's built in Texas.
Right, proper Texas, right? You know what they do in Texas?
What?
They do tractor pulls.
Yes.
Yes. So
you know what we did?
A tractor pull.
Yes. Should we show that?
We really need to show that.
Okay.
Andre, where are we at? We're in Sterling, Colorado at the tractor pull. That's right. Holy, like that, my friends, is America. F yeah.
Hold up right there. Now wait until we get a green flag, okay?
Okay. We got it. Go! Go, go, go! This feels heavy. 33,000 pounds! Come on! Oh no! I don't think I'm gonna do it! It doesn't seem like it was working very well.
One of these days, it's not going to be all electric trucks going and electric tractors. What do you think about that, huh? What? All electric trucks? That's right in the response I thought I'd get.
Wow, that was a lot harder and heavier than I ever expected it to be. I was basically full accelerator pedal. There was so much going on. There's such a big crowd here, at least for me, for doing this for my very first time, and pulling 33,000 pounds and then going nowhere. Wow, you know what? I haven't heard that many boos since the last time I got on a dance floor.
Go back to California, go hug them trees, son. Yeah, I thought it was funny. I'm really glad I wasn't there. But you guys were good sports about it, and there are a lot of people who seem to actually kind of enjoy watching this thing do poorly.
Yeah, I mean, there were boos, but I think there are more kind of let's boo together instead of very, very mean-spirited boos. And also, a lot of people were curious about this truck.
Of course they were.
And I didn't do so well.
No, you didn't.
I didn't do so well. And there's many different reasons for that. But here's what Elon Musk did, right? In the original event, he showed the tractor pull, right?
Yeah.
And he showed other things like drag racing.
Yeah.
But he specifically said this is the best. This Cybertruck is better than all other trucks. I think I'm paraphrasing pretty accurately here.
But I think you're being pretty accurate. Yeah. Exactly. So here's really what the question is that you guys are curious about. How is it better than every other truck?
And I don't think it is. That's the point.
The only thing I've got, is 0 to 60 in four-wheel steering.
Well, four-wheel steering gives you maneuverability. Yes. Off-road and on-road. Yes. And in the Walmart parking lots. Yes. And everywhere else. Yes. So I give it that. I give the comfy ride. Yeah. I like speed. You know, even though I don't drag race every day, you know, driving to work.
This thing gets out of its way.
It's nice. It's nice to have that as an option.
Yes.
Nathan, why does it look like there's a zombie apocalypse attacking us here?
Now, there's one guy standing next to us, right?
Yes.
But this is showing several. And sometimes it was showing what we think is a sheep or something like that, and a motorcycle. So sometimes calibration can be a little off.
But my friend, it shows sometimes very precise things like cones on the side of the
trash
road.
cans.
Trash cans.
Cars.
People.
Yes.
Oftentimes it's pretty precise.
Yeah, I know. It's just a little weird right now. And I don't quite know why. Hey, maybe when we wash it, it'll fix it.
All right. All right, let's see if we can remove a bunch of these handprints.
Yeah, good luck on that.
All right, I'm gonna give it a proper washing.
So I'm getting out. It's the only way I get out, by putting my hand up here. Once again, more fingerprints.
Don't touch the truck, okay?
Yeah, well, that's
Stop.
the thing. How am I not going to get out?
Stop
without
touching it.
Gotta get out. All right. So no inside grab handle. So this is my grab handle, and it is a fairly sharp surface. Right. Hey, look at this, all this stuff here. Andre, good luck.
Sorry.
No, you're not. Hey, Andre. Hey, Andre.
Yo.
Hey, it's Roman, and I think you're doing a poor job with cleaning it.
Wow.
Do a better job. Oh, God, my hat, my hair,
Nathan, the Cybertruck, out of all vehicles I've owned, I've noticed it has a great ability to just have a lot of bugs on the face of it.
There's no chance for them once they're at a low level because there's no grill for them to maybe make between. They're dead meat.
Literally.
Yeah.
Dude, I was just washing it and the charge port just opened all on itself and now there's water inside of it.
Well, the night's going. You're really going to get, Roman's not going to be happy. Maybe you rubbed against it or the heat of the water.
No, maybe the pressure of the water.
So it thought that you, with your key in your pocket, did something.
Oh yeah. What do you think?
Oh, it's not on fire, which is what people complained about at car washes before. That's a good thing.
No, it's not on fire.
And some of the fingerprints were actually washed away, so I guess we're bring it back to the car wash tomorrow.
Well, I think I need to use a microfiber cloth and maybe work over some of these surfaces a little bit later.
There are other ways of taking care of that, my friend.
Okay, so reliability.
So
right?
far, I mean, other than
so
this
we showed the problem,
right?
But mechanically speaking, zero problem
for 5,000 miles.
Yes. So that's quite. I mean, actually, any vehicle after 5,000 miles needs to have zero problems.
Seriously, yeah.
But these days, it's kind of a crapshoot, right?
It really is. Okay, so that's one thing.
Okay, charging. The Cybertruck has 800-volt architecture, which is actually pretty good and advanced. But none of the chargers out there, as far as Tesla superchargers, support 800-volt architectures like this yet. So charging, I don't think it's the best. Actually, we've supercharged it many times, and I'm always waiting. So now, how about our verdict?
Okay.
Is this really the best or the worst truck that we've ever owned?
You first.
I have an answer.
Okay.
I think it's the second worst truck we've ever owned and the best car we've ever owned. What do you think about that?
I think that's a BS answer is what I think. But
well,
okay,
listen to this.
Explain to me why.
So we've had some issues we were one of the first people to also have the Hummer EV truck.
Yeah.
Right? It left Roman stranded.
It certainly
once, and it upset him once in Moab.
It almost left him stranded
and then
twice.
it also upset Tommy and him on Redco. Oh, by the way, it's happy to see you.
I didn't even touch it. I
it's
swear
happy
to God,
to see
I didn't
you.
touch it.
Why is it opening? Do you think Tommy is at the office playing with the app?
That would be pretty damn
funny. By the way, the Tesla app is amazing.
Okay.
I love it. You can see the vehicle. You can see what it's doing. All of its appointments, everything. The app is really amazing.
Okay.
But it's just not super useful. You can't go cross country in it with a trailer. With a trailer.
Slowly you can.
Slowly you can. So I would say it's a great vehicle, but as far as a pickup truck, it's at the bottom of my list.
My answer, it is an outstanding novelty and the worst pickup we've ever bought. Because as a pickup truck, what is the main job of a pickup?
It's utility.
Utility.
Yes.
Cargo, capacity, and towing.
It has good payload. Has a good payload.
But come here. But look at the way this tapers inside. Look how much space you actually have. Look at how the back there goes in. How can you reach? I mean, from here I can almost reach. From anywhere else, it's impossible to reach in here. It is no longer a usable pickup. What it is a large container. And it's not a container that is easily used, especially with the tonneau cover that doesn't freaking work. So I would say, as a pickup truck, with its mission statement as a pickup truck, it is definitely the worst that we've had. As a novelty, in terms of people looking at it going amazing and freaking out, and also some of its capability, I think it's really cool. So that's my thing. Worst pickup truck we've had, but most interesting novelty we've ever had.
And here's what I would say. As you saw in this video, we've done a lot with this truck already in 2 months.
Right.
We're gonna continue to do a lot more. We have big plans. And also, what are you wearing, my friend?
Yes! Bam! Look at that. So, sorry it's a little wet. I was leaning on the truck. So we have new swag. So check out the link below if you want some of the swag. You guys have been asking for it. Here it is.
Bam, like Nathan would say.
See the diamond little ticking when I smile?
All right, so there you have it. I think there's a lot of good things about this truck. I'm sorry, this vehicle.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to make it a very useful truck. I mean, the hitch is hidden. There was a person asking us on the road
if it can actually tow.
If it can actually tow, and I said yes. He said how? I said you have to remove this thing.
Okay, but that in itself, I don't think disqualifies it. I know I'm going hot and cold on this thing, but the bottom line is that as a pickup truck, I don't think it really checks any of the boxes other than the fact, yes, it can hold a lot. But the reality is that for what it is and what it's designed for, there are better trucks out there, and we've had them all.
All right, well, let us know what you think in the comments below. We read basically all of our comments eventually.
Except the rude ones, we no longer read those.
Yes, that's correct. We'll see you next time, alltfl.com. But wait, there is more. We also wrapped this truck. You may already have seen that video. Thank you, Cybertruck. Just locked itself. We wanted to celebrate July 4th. Tommy and Case went to a July 4th parade. You can check out alltfl.com for that video as well. But this is one of the most American-made pickup trucks you can buy right now. It has about 65% of its parts that come from US and Canada, and it's built in Texas, which is very cool. I like this wrap a lot. I love the way it looks, and also I cannot believe this. There are no more visible fingerprints. I mean, yes, I could leave some marks on it, but it's way better than stainless steel just left by itself. And of course, Shane at Innovation Installations did an amazing job, as always, with this truck. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.